Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Nigel, and today I wanted to talk to you about 3 pieces of filmmaking gear that I think every filmmaker should have, and these would be great to invest in if you don't have them yet, or if you just are looking for a gift for a filmmaker that you know. These could be some really good options, and these are 3 things that I use on a daily basis, so let's just get right into it. So the first piece of kit is this. Now what is this? Well, it's a gray card. Now, why are these important and how do I use them? Well, these are important if you are trying to make sure that your skin tones and your white balance are set correctly. So what this is used for is it's used to help you find middle gray and get your white balance correct if your white balance was off in your video. It also has a white part in the back, which is what I use a lot to just, quickly white balance on my GH3. But using a gray card like this, basically all you have to do is just hold it up while you're filming. And once you're in your editor, you can isolate the gray, and then it'll help you set your white balance and your tint properly if you got it wrong in camera. So let me go out and I'll shoot something with the wrong white balance on purpose, and then I'll be holding this gray card and I can show you how you can fix your white balance if your white balance was off when you were shooting. Now this can come in really handy if you're doing, paid gigs or something like that, where maybe you weren't paying attention and your white balance shifted. If before you start whatever you're shooting, you just have your talent hold up this gray card and make sure that they spin it around just so that the light hits it properly, then you'll be able to fix your white balance in post. So let me just show you how that's done real quick. So in this shot, you can see that the white balance is totally off. And so what I do is I just go to my opacity and I kind of just mask around the part of the image where the gray card is, and then I go to my color tab and I can see in my lumetri scopes that the color is way off, and what we're trying to do is to bring all the color and the exposure back to the middle. So I'll just mess around with my tint and my temperature. This is just a really quick and easy way to do it, but you can just bring those, and as you'll see with the lumetri scopes, it's all coming back to the center of your scopes, and that's where you need it to be. And then you can just go right back to your editor and click off of the mask, and as you can see, the white balance is exactly how it should be. And that was accomplished using this gray card. And I think that if you don't have one of these, they're only like $7 or something like that on Amazon. I would definitely recommend investing in one and always having it in your camera bag, especially if you're doing paid work. But again, I use this for my YouTube videos a lot just to make sure that my white balance is correct. And I use the white part on the back just to set my white balance with my GH3. So yeah, these little gray cards, pretty cool. So as a quick honorable mention, one thing that I think every filmmaker should already have is a 5-in-1 reflector. Now to be honest, I don't actually use the reflector part of a 5-in-1 reflector, but what I do use it a lot for is diffusion, whether it's inside or outdoors. Having an extra set of diffusion when you need it can really come in handy. Right now I have it just clipped on to one of my smaller falconized lights, and without the extra diffusion from this 5-in-1 reflector, this light would be a lot harsher than it is right now. Let me just take it off so you can see. So yeah, this is how the light would look if I didn't have this 5-in-1 reflector up on there. I'm just using some simple clamps that you can get at a dollar store to hold it up there. But that's just one thing that I use this 5-in-1 reflector for all the time, is just adding a little bit more diffusion to my lights. But yeah, as you can see now, it's a super nice soft light source. And these 5-in-1 reflectors are like, I don't know, $7 to $15 depending on how much you want to spend and how big of a reflector you want. But yeah, these are great. I would definitely recommend having one of these in your bag because you never really know when you might need one. And again, they're super cheap, so I just had to throw these into the mix as well. So this next piece of filmmaking gear probably wasn't ever intended on being used for filmmaking, but it is this little LED tube light. Now I have to, whoa, let's break. So I definitely got to give credit to Caleb Pike, who was the first person I saw to recommend these for filmmakers. And these little lights are less than $20 on Amazon. And they actually have 2 different color temperatures. So you have a combined color temperature, and then you can go to more of a daylight temperature, and then you have tungsten. So something that I think is just so cool about this little light is that it's actually magnetic, and I've actually put the magnetic attachment that comes with this light up on the back of my wall, and I've actually been using this little light as my hair light for the longest time. So I'm just going to show you what that looks like right now. So as you can see right up here, it's providing a little bit of a hair light for me, and that's just one of the practical ways that I use this little light. But one of the things that I really like about this light is that it's about the same diameter as a shotgun mic. So what you can actually do is take a shotgun mic clip like this and just kind of clip it onto there, and then you can mount this light in so many different positions and so many different scenarios. But yeah, again, this light is really cheap. It's only like 20 bucks, and it's just a great little light that you can throw in your bag just to have a little something extra, even just as an accent light. So yeah, this is definitely one that I recommend. So last but not least is a microphone, and this is a microphone that I talk a lot about on this channel actually, and it's this little guy. This is the Comica VM10. This is the original version that has a dual shock mount. I personally like shock mounts like this as opposed to the single shock mount that the Rode Video Micro has, because it just ends up flopping around too much. This one, it still absorbs the shock, but it doesn't like flop around when it's on your camera, which is something that I just prefer. And yeah, this little mic costs under 50 bucks, and I've used it for a couple of years now. And honestly, this is like just one of my favorite mics that I've ever used. And you know, keep in mind, I have used the Rode Video Micro and a few other inexpensive small shotgun mics before, and I just like this one the most. And really, it's just because I'm used to how it sounds, and I know what to expect, and I like how it sounds. Another cool thing is that it's not battery powered, so you don't need a battery to power this mic. I think the audio quality is really good from it. It comes with a regular TRS cable that you can connect right into your camera, but it also comes with a TRRS cable as well, which this is really nice if you ever want to hook it up to your smartphone and, you know, shoot some smartphone video with a better mic, or just maybe do a voiceover or something like that. You can do it with a TRRS cable like this to hook it up to your smartphone, which is pretty cool. It comes with this, it comes with a windscreen. It doesn't come with this for a windscreen, it comes with a different one that I don't really like as much, but you can get, you know, third-party windscreens for this little mic. And yeah, I just really like this one. I think it's a really good value. What you're listening to me on is a much more expensive shotgun mic with an XLR interface and all that kind of stuff. But what I thought I'd do is just switch to this little Comica VM10 just to show you how good the audio quality can be coming from a small little $50 mic like this. Obviously, it's not going to sound the same as this really expensive shotgun mic, but I think you'd be surprised at just how good this little mic can sound. So let's switch to this little guy from my shotgun mic. All right, so now you're listening to me on the Comica VM10, and I actually have it boomed right here because I've always found that booming a smaller mic like this, since it's not as directional as a, you know, traditional shotgun mic, this is more of an omnidirectional mic. It's better to get it a little bit closer to your subject so you can get the cleanest audio possible. But yeah, this is the audio coming from my little Comica VM10. I'll just show you right here. It's on a mic stand. Yeah, I think it sounds great. Obviously, there is some audio quality differences between this little VM10 and my more expensive shotgun mic, but honestly, I think for 50 bucks, this sounds really good. And actually, a lot of the videos on my channel were filmed with this little Comica VM10. So yeah, I think this is a great little mic to always just have in your bag as maybe like a backup mic if the batteries on your main mic die, or, you know, to put on a B cam or something like that. And again, since it comes with that extra cable, you can record some voiceover on your phone if you needed to. So yeah, that concludes my top 3 pieces of filmmaking gear that I think every filmmaker should have. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll obviously have links to all this gear in the description below. Those are affiliated links, so if you buy from those, it really helps out my channel. But yeah, as always, I'll have playlists and videos right here that you can check out. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Later.